Happy Thursday evening. The boys are back in town. Jeff,
back like scoliosis.
Should I say Cotton? Ready to talk some Alabama sports with you all. Sure, you're having a fantastic week. I know we are. Low crowd tonight. I guess StreamYard is not streaming to X, Jeff.
Yeah, big shock.
StreamYard
drops the ball. What?
Hey, I started recording videos on a different platform, OBS, because StreamYard just can't get their crap together.
Yeah, so if anyone listens to Spotify and you're wondering why there's been no new video uploads for about a week, that would be why, because I have no video to upload.
Sorry.
I'll
tell you, we'll talk offline. I was about to do.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure all that out, but it's coming.
I know what to do.
Don't abandon on Spotify.
I know what to do. All right, everybody. Yeah, man, it is Thursday. It's almost March, which is crazy. We got a lot to unpack tonight. We're going to jump right in. But if you're new here or if you're watching after the fact, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Waaaay Offsides, your favorite source for all things Alabama. Let's see who was first in the chat tonight. It was Kayla. She beat you all. You all got smoked. Congratulations. You win absolutely nothing because this show is made up and the points don't matter.
Love me some Kayla.
But you earn Jeff's respect. Let's see. Chat's already going wild, so let's check it out. Jay Bake, what's going on, man? Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Bake.
All right.
Who else is in here? I know Lance is in here. Let me find.
I'm sure. Nicholas, one of our Waaaay Offsides members. I hope you're doing fine, man.
What are the members in here? Alex, what's up, brother?
Another Waaaay Offsides member. Hey, those were our two winners of the Viewer of the Week last week and the Ball Knower of the Week award. We've got two new ones tonight. So,
okay.
Sorry about it. All right, let's see. Anybody? No, just Nick and Alex just chatting away. Love it, guys. Jay Bake. Gosh,
well, you got it, Kayla. 100%
dialogue in here. All right, I'm going to the bottom. Yeah, Jeff's respect. Is it all you need? Okay, tracking. All right. Yeah, Nicholas, 19 days until spring practice. Recruiting is in full swing. Alabama is setting official visits. We're going to talk about that later in the show, so don't go anywhere. But we got to open with Bama basketball, right, Jeff?
Man.
How you feeling, buddy?
If y'all did not watch that game last night, go watch the game from last night. Figure out a way to find it streaming somewhere. That at least the second half. Don't watch the first half. The first half is forgettable, but the second half was some of the best, and then into the double overtime was the best game I've watched in a long time. I mean, they were trading haymakers left and right. Once we fought back and tied that game, it was just blow, haymaker, left and right, left, right. Arkansas go up 5, we'd come back and tie it. We'd go up 6, they'd come back and tie it. We had the game won, and we let Akov shoot a wide open 3, boom, ties the game, head to first overtime. And it's just like, I mean, the emotional roller coaster of that game. And Phylon answered the bell. I was getting so frustrated that Acuff was just going off, and our guy was coming in and out of the lineup, wasn't really like being aggressive, and so second half he got aggressive and started driving left. That once he realized that guy couldn't guard him, which that big old tall guy couldn't guard him, and he would just cross and then hit the lane and either get fouled or hit a layup. Big threes from Houston Mallet, 2 of them late in that game. Yeah. I mean, what a game! I was watching it over at my buddy's house, and we're like both standing up like we were in Coleman. I mean, we're pounding the floor with our hands. We're like clapping. We're hands on knees, man. We're just like into it. And Mallet hit that 3, and we're just like, ah! We're like screaming in the living room. So it was like we were there, but that was a wild game. A wild game.
Heart jump on that putback attempt right there at the last second. I was like, oh gosh.
Oh my gosh, how he missed that dunk? I don't know.
Hey, they missed 2 of them, man.
Yeah. Oh my God! But the Arkansas had like 3 guys in the game, or 2 guys at the end that were like the walk-ons. They never played, and they had to because they were out of players. So kudos to Bama for being. I mean, we were getting our butt kicked for a good chunk of that game. Arkansas was shooting lights out. They were shooting like 64%. I mean, they were just killing us. And when we were down 14 the second half, bro, I said, man, this is about to be the 4th loss at home, man. This is about to get ugly. And kudos to Nate, to the squad, to the boys.
Yeah, pulled it out, man.
I mean, Aiden Sherrill, hats off to you, man. Played, what he played, 40 minutes, something like that. Just went nuts. Phylon, of course, had 35. Mallet, those 2 big threes. I mean, it was just it was incredible.
Hold on, I want to go back to that. The guys are cracking me up in the chat. Yeah, Grayson, you're absolutely right, dude. Alex, no, I'm not on cloud 9. I got some, man, I don't want to get too far in the weeds here. I got some medical stuff going on, and I have like, we think it's autoimmune. We haven't figured it out yet. And I have flare-ups on and off all day. And sometimes when I do, it makes my eyes burn and swell. And so it just so happens I started having one about 15 minutes ago. So, but I'm okay, man. I appreciate you asking. And yes, as soon as he said something, I looked at the comment, started laughing, and then looked at the camera and was like, shh, he's right. So, anyway, so Jeff, Bama's on what, a 6-game win streak right now. Kind of feels like, just to me, this is my out. I can't talk basketball like I can football. So I don't want to pretend, but it does feel like the whole Bediako situation has kind of lit a little bit of a fire under this team. Agree or disagree?
I would agree. And, we could have used him last night. Could have used a backup for Sherrill last night. Noah Williamson, bless your heart, dude. He comes in the game and gets like 3 fouls in 11 seconds, gives up a bucket. Like, poor guy, bless his heart. He's trying, but he just ain't got it. And so, but, something else about this team is they're getting healthy. I mean, he played 10 guys last night played. So we're starting to get some guys healthy. As banged up as we were, we're starting to get some guys healthy. And so right at the right time is, down the stretch at the end of the season into postseason play. After getting waxed by Florida, this team could have circled the drain like another team in the state who went down and beat Florida and then has done the opposite. So you know who you are. We got waxed by Florida by like 30. And then we've won 6 straight since then. Or was it 5 in a row or 6 in a row since that Florida debacle? And even the first half last night, we gave up 57 points the first half last night. Dude, Nate was none too pleased. If you happen to hear his radio interview, he eviscerated the entire
I did hear it, yeah. Defense is optional right now in Coleman.
It's like poor Brian Pasek would just happen to be the mic holder. And Nate lit the team up in that interview coming off for halftime, and it's well deserved because we weren't guarding anyone. I mean, it was what did Acuff have, like 25 points in the first half or 22? Yeah, 22 in the first half and 27 in the second half and 2 overtimes. But kudos Sherrill again. Had he didn't block that last shot, but he was there, so Acuff had to shoot it high to avoid the block, and he ended up hitting it way off the top, and I mean he missed the dunk, so whatever. But had Sherrill not been in his line of sight, he would have had an easy kiss off the glass. When Jemison left him that gap at the end and he hit that 3 to tie it, man, I just fell to my knees. Like, how could we give him that space I mean, how could you not be on him like a glove? Wherever that dude went, it just should have been stuck to him. So Nate even brought it up in the post game that they gave him too much space and he nailed it. But, man,
so Alabama basketball's rolling right now. March is right around the corner. Jeff, what's your realistic tournament season or tournament ceiling for this team?
Well, I don't put a lot of stock in the SEC tournament. If you're talking March Madness, this team has got the capability to make a Final Four run. We're getting healthy at the right time. They can get some games under their belt, with these guys, and all it takes is a hot couple of weeks of shooting. But you saw last night, man, this offense can score. Now the defensive points per game allowed is a little skewed because we go so fast on offense that there's many more possessions in an Alabama basketball game than, say, if you're walking it up, running out the shot clock. I mean, we're running for 40 minutes, man. They're running. So you saw they can score, man. They can score in droves last night. You saw what they can do if we get in the right spot, in the right karma, the right whatever to line everything up. It can be done. I think probably at least minimum a Sweet 16 run. I think anything past a Sweet 16 run is gravy.
Agreed. All right, man.
A Final Four capable team, but realistically Sweet 16, and then anything after that, is
I agree.
Exceed.
I can't argue with you. I'm not going to because we're on the same team. So a lot of people not understanding that right now.
Right.
All right. Let's before we go any further, Jeff, I know we need to get into some football talk. We need to go ahead and acknowledge our member of the week and our viewer of the week. We'll do viewer of the week first. So let's take that banner down really quick. All right. Here we go. Congratulations to 5 Adam. 5 Adam, you have been a comment machine this week. We appreciate your support of the channel. Thank you so much. Your certificate's in the mail, buddy.
To you, 5 Adam. Thank you, sir. I drink to you.
All right. Next one up. Get the applause button ready. We got a drum roll, Jeff? Should we try?
Hang on. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah. Boom. Certified ball knower is Willie Cam. Congratulations. This goes to our member of the week. You, sir, you're the real MVP.
Why is he the ball knower?
It's a high honor. This is the most important thing that will ever happen to you in your time.
Is this based off comments on X? What's the
Yeah. So basically, let me go back here. Again, congratulations to our winners. So basically, it's those who are active with engagement on videos, shorts, and lives. And Willie he's not new, but dude, Willie's all over the place. I see him in Clint's stuff. Like he's watching Bama content all the time. So congratulations, 5 Adam as well. Congratulations again to our previous rig. Alex, you won last week. Be quiet.
Oh, what's up, Agent? I see Agent in the chat over here.
Agent, is that the greatest honor of your life? Share with us. Anyway, all right. Ryan Williams has the prettiest nails on the team. Well, let's talk football. That's a great segue, right?
Good segue.
All right. Jeff, I want to bring up some stuff, and this is going to not tickle everybody's fancy, which is fine, I reckon. But I feel like this offseason, we're seeing a little bit of a culture shift, or at least a push to change the culture in Tuscaloosa. It starts with physicality. So I did a video that came out earlier today, and it discussed David Pollock's comments regarding physicality being an issue across offensive lines in college football everywhere. And I don't think he's wrong. I don't agree with David Pollock on a lot. I think on this, he's absolutely right. Obviously, it was a huge issue for Alabama in 2025. But so far in the offseason, Alabama's done a lot of the right things in terms of trying to get this fixed. And I think it starts with the coaching hires. Now, I wanted to ask you, out of Richard Owens, Adrian Clem, Derek Nix, who are you most excited about as a new positional coach at Alabama?
Personally, I'm most excited about Derek Nix maximizing the talent in this wide receiver room in this offense. Now, I know the running game has to be a part of it in some way. We can't just ignore that or use it as just a play here and there to do something. The running game has to be a focus. The offense has to be able to run the ball when needed. But I think you're in this. We've seen this offense be explosive when it was in Washington, when it had the trigger man and when it had the guys ripping balls out of the air. And I think this wide receiver room has got skills to make mills, bro. And I think that I'm excited about Nix getting them to this next level. No disrespect to Coach Shep, but the guys have plateaued under Shep. You could see a level off. They weren't getting better at anything. They were kind of regressing in some areas. So I'm excited about what Coach Nix can bring to this room and maximize this, because the skill is there. We've seen Ryan Williams had a tough year catching the ball, but we've seen what's in there. We saw those glimpses his freshman year. We know what's in there. So maybe Coach Nix can unlock it and get it back to the surface now that, Ryan's another year older, another year in the weight program, and another year his body, more physically mature. So, I just think that this room has a massive potential.
I do too. And I agree with you on Derek Nix, but for a different reason. Mm-hmm. And my reasoning is Alabama's wide receivers tried at times to be physical in run blocking last year, but they didn't succeed. Much like everything else with Alabama's offense, there was no continuity. There was no consistency. I feel like we've been complaining about that for 2 seasons now. I went back and watched some of Auburn's offense last year, and that was one area where,
I'm sorry.
I know, but I mean, what are you going to do? But with his wide receiving group, they were pretty physical in the run game, in blocking. And so I'm excited about that potential, especially with some of the additions that they brought in. Lance brought up Noah Rogers in the chat, and I think Rogers is a guy that can be physical in run blocking. Went back and watched him at NC State a litly bit a couple of weeks ago. I watched probably 3 or 4 games, and he can be pretty physical. So why would I watch Auburn? I'll explain it to you. Well, Derek Nix used to be a coach at Auburn.
Yeah.
And so I watched his position group at Auburn and compared it to Alabama's last year.
There's a method there. There's a method.
What's up, Bird? How you doing, man? Yeah, there's method to the madness. There's a reason, I promise.
But you touched on something there. The physicality of the receivers blocking and the physicality of the receivers. We're going to see that across the board with Clem now and Owens coaching the tight ends. You're thinking this is all connected. The physicality up front is all connected. Lines, tight ends, wide receivers, all 3 of those have to be physical and get push for the run game to succeed. And so you're seeing, like you said, Cotton, we're seeing all this work he's doing. He replaced the entire offensive line. We've got new tight ends coach, new offensive line coach, new receivers coach. I mean, he's making moves for this purpose.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you bring in Noah Rogers, big guy. You're going to bring in Sadarian Morgan, who likely is going to see significant playing time. It's probably going to be rotational, but you're going to see him on the field this year.
Yes.
Derek Meadows. So you've got guys who have some size to give you that physicality, because Ryan Williams is not going to be it. He's smaller. He's always going to be smaller. He's the playmaker. He's that guy.
They need to watch Jalen Waddle film and put him where they put Waddle and run him how they did Jalen Waddle.
I think that's what Lance is saying here. Get Ryan in space, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. If they line him up in the slot again, dude.
No, we got horses for that now. Like there's no point in that.
Sure. I agree with you. And so, but I like what you said, Jeff, about these coaches. And I know that I've kind of talked about this a lot, but I do think it's an understated consideration. You look at Adrian Clem, you look at Richard Owens, and you look at Derek Nix, and they're all cohesive in a sense that they're going to kind of melt this unit into one thing. And they are all physical coaches. They all coach physicality. Alabama lacked it in the offensive line. They lacked it in the tight ends when Josh Cuevas wasn't on the field last year. And they lacked it in the wide receiving room in terms of run blocking. You've got the personnel to do it. O-line, there's some question marks there. We'll see how it pans out.
But he replaced them all.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you're getting Michael Carroll back, who's tackle. He might play guard. We'll see, but that's literally the only guy you're getting back. That's a for sure thing on the offensive line. But you're gonna have competition on that unit, which is good because that will push the best to the top per se. And Adrian Clem is a guy who's going to, once he gets that unit solidified, there's not going to be a lot of deviation.
I don't think so either.
Clint, I've talked to him a couple of times. He's brought up that he heard there were some issues between Ryan Grubb and Coach Cap in terms of personnel. Clem is going to stand on his own 2 feet there. And hopefully, if Ryan Grubb's a problem, Clem's going to win that fight. So we don't see that rotating door along the offensive line. But again, the entire group is part of run blocking. All of those positions are part of run blocking. All of them are responsible, including the running backs, when the running game doesn't work. And so there is some things to be a little positive about. And then we look at the running backs that are coming in, or the running backs that Alabama has. Obviously, A.K. Deer. I think A.K. Deer potentially could be the guy before it's all said and done in 2026. Daniel Hill is going to be a situational guy, I think. He'll probably get your first I'm going to go out on a limb here. This might be a hot take. I think he'll get your first couple of snaps to start the season. But to Alabama rules 199's point here, watch Xavier Crowell, man, coming in. Like, I've said before that there's a lot of things that go into playing running back at a school like Alabama. You know, you got to be good in pass pro. This kid's dynamic, dude. This kid he brings something to Alabama that we haven't seen in a long time. And so if he comes in and can pass block, I don't know that he doesn't play a lot. I mean, he's going to play.
Hey, the job's wide open. That's the beautiful thing about this is every job is wide open. There's not grandfathered in guys here. You know, every job's going to have to be won in camp, starting in the spring and into the fall camp, leading in, and then we get a couple of. Isn't Kentucky in week 2? Who do we play the first 2 games?
I think Kentucky is week 2.
Isn't it? Whoever that scrub is in week 1, and then Kentucky week 2, and Florida State in week 3.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So at least the first game, we should have some time to cut our teeth a little bit with this unit before we get into Kentucky and then Florida State. But I it's going to be a much not easier, but a much better start, I think, this year. On their morning show, the Longshore McKnight show in the morning, they do this thing called the first 5 or something like that. Starting 5, and they go over the first 5 games of the season. And, you know, we're looking at Alabama's and we should come out the gate pretty good. You know, if things line up, we stay relatively healthy. But it's going to be an intriguing offseason. I think one of the most intriguing off seasons that we've had in a while, leading into both spring and fall.
Yeah, I do. I do. And I think you're either going to see massive success or it's going to crash and burn. One of the two. I don't think there's going to be a lot of in between here in 2026. But I really do think that there's a culture shift happening. So based off of what DeBoer's doing with the coaching hires and things.
I mean, this is a big year for Debo. I mean, if it crashes and burns, it's going to be hard to buy in to what he's selling. Yeah.
Now, something else, and I'm bringing this up because somebody just brought it up in the chat, and they're absolutely right. On the other side of the ball, everybody's going to expect this defense to be elite going into 2026. And that expectation is fair for the secondary. But Big Boy Bricks is absolutely right here. That the linebacking core is a question mark a little bit for me. The defensive line is a question mark for me. Remains to be seen how they're going to use some of these guys that they've brought in via the transfer portal. So verdict's out here, man.
Big question
Alabama's
marks.
got some guys, but much like it seems like everywhere else on the team, it's a lot of youth. Going to be at that linebacking position. So
there's going to be a lot of raw talent out there in the grass.
Sure.
But it's going to take some, they have to cut their teeth but there's high hopes. I think Zay Griffin's going to make some noise. They're already bulking him up. So I think he's going to make some noise but I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about some things on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that South Carolina edge rusher, though. I think he's going to hopefully provide some pass rush out there, which that can change everything. If you get we've seen it against us when you've got a guy on the edge that can blow it up. I mean, it changes everything.
Sure. Yeah, you're not wrong. We'll see how Alabama uses him. I think most people kind of feel like they're going to use him at Wolf. There's some people who are putting out that they could use him at Bandit. So we'll see how Alabama uses Umeozulu. But I got a really good question right here. All right, Alabama Rules 199. Is Keelan Russell comparable to Jaden Daniels in the NFL and similarities to Michael Penix? There are similarities to Michael Penix for sure. I would be very cautious. Jeff can tell you this. I'm careful with the comparisons, man. Everybody going into last year was comparing Ty Simpson to Mac Jones. We see how that went. And I remember beating the drum, like everybody pumped the brakes on that. Like, hold on. It's nothing wrong with being excited about him, but I think we got to be careful. Jaden Daniels is at least at LSU, if that's the same one we're talking about. Was exceptional. And so
our sample size isn't really big enough.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, we saw Keelan play what was the game? Who was it?
That one.
Louisiana Monroe.
I believe so.
Yeah, it was a majority of the snaps he got, but
he looked great.
Yeah, his release looked different. He just looked better. But it was also Louisiana Monroe, and it was in mop-up duty against Louisiana Monroe. So I'd be careful with that, man.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, I'd be careful with it.
But, we've seen bits. It's a lot of people wanted this kid. We didn't pull him off the scrap heap. A lot of people wanted this kid. So there's a high ceiling.
Absolutely. I'm reading some of these comments. Rome wasn't built in a day. No, it wasn't. They do seem high on Caden Jones. Absolutely they do. That's kind of why I said his name. So, but again, man, I don't want to sit here and blow smoke up your skirt about every name on Alabama's roster because, again, it's going to be young. There are a lot of question marks, and I want to try to be as realistic and temper expectations as possible going into this season. Because, like I said, I don't think there's going to be any in between. I think it's going to be really good, or it's going to be really, really bad. And a lot of that will hinge, we'll find out early because it'll hinge on their ability to fix the offensive line.
Yeah. They're trying.
They said we'll see more at the spring game. We don't even know if it's going to be a spring game yet.
I'm not sure what it's going to be.
Unless they've dropped that. I haven't seen it, but.
Oops. I was trying to close that one out.
Understood.
No, I was trying to close out the one above it.
That's okay.
I typed Roger that agent and it said YouTube rejected your comment. They think it's spam. I was like,
gosh.
So I had to change it to understood instead of Roger that.
Let's see. Oh, I like this comment. Hold on. Let's bring this up. All right. It says year 3 under DeBoer. Mark my words. Kalen has followed Saban's recipe. Now we're about to get a taste of DeBoer's signature dishes. Just watch. Bama will be very good this year with identity. I hope you're right, and I'm not saying that they can't be. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I absolutely think they can. I've been on the DeBoer train since he got to Tuscaloosa simply because what else am I going to do? I have no control over whether Alabama fires the guy or not. If he's there, I'm going to support him. But I do again. I think we have to at least acknowledge that he understands that there is a physicality problem on this team. He understands that you can't just finesse people to death and win ball games. He understands that they had to kind of rework everything, and they have. They have. Every position that's responsible for blocking for a running back, their coach was replaced. Every single one.
And a lot of personnel was replaced.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of production on both sides of the ball. I say production, but a lot of bodies that were demanding money that wasn't equal to the production that they were providing are no longer on the squad. Now, is that production replaced via the portal? I can't answer that. I think in some instances, sure. Some instances it may be better. In some instances, no.
It all remains to be seen. But the beautiful thing is they're all going to have to win their jobs.
Yes. Bird, it was announced for
just the date,
April 11th, but we don't know what the actual format is going to be yet. We don't know if it's going to be a game or if it's just going to be a practice like they did last year.
It's going to be like a family fun day with
everybody's still kind of waiting
and autograph lines.
Bro, agent, don't worry about it, man. We're all good, brother.
AKA Candy. Jeez.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Smitty had a good point, though. We're talking about the offensive line. The running backs have to make some lemonade out of lemons.
They got to help
not gonna
out.
Have gaping holes every play.
Yeah, they've got to help out, dude.
And that was a big problem last year. There were never any holes, but the running backs never broke any tackles. I mean, or rarely did anything other than just plunge it into their butt crack. I mean, they didn't do. That's really all they did.
Hashtag plunge it into Jeff's butt crack. There's probably 1,000 different ways you could have said that, but
they just kept running up the lineman's butt crack. It was the same play. And it was like, sometimes you need to break a tackle. Sometimes you need to bust one outside. Like Smitty said, look at Kenneth Walker in a Super Bowl. He popped several runs outside and won the MVP. We never had anybody that did that or even tried to do that.
Well, I think that's why fans are so excited about Xavier Crowell, because he shows the ability to do that. I think AK Deer does as well. We're kind of all forgetting about Trayshawn Brown and Kevin Riley, but whatever.
All right. Give us much to remember. Thank you, Gelato.
Where
the
is
super chat?
Can you bring that up, Jeff?
Yes, I can.
All right. Have you heard about players leaving after the spring? What do you mean? Are you talking about
portal after the spring?
Portal? There's no portal this year after the spring. There's only one portal a year now, and it's over with and closed. So players can't leave until next year. So I wouldn't stress out about that too much right now. It's not a big deal. Thank goodness.
Yeah. What's up, Eric D?
Which is good because Mr. Portal probably needs the vacation. So I had a comment start I wanted to go back to. Rammer Jammer Alex, Waaaay Offsides member, says, if the Boer wins one national title in 5 years, is that success, or does following Saban automatically make anything less than a dynasty feel like failure? I think you got to keep it in perspective here. Dynasties are a thing of the past. Alabama had the last one and will probably always have the last one in college football. The game has changed too much, right? The last 3 national champions have come out of the Big Ten. The SEC is not even winning national titles right now, much less Alabama. Indiana. I want to let that sink in for a second. Indiana just won a national title. I don't think anybody's going back to back anymore. I don't think that's going to happen. I think 1 in 5 years, one every 5 years is probably as good as it's going to get. So I think at some point, Alex, I think we have to take a step back from the Saban, not the standard in terms of what the play looks like on the field, but the standards in terms of winning a national championship every year. That should always be your goal. But as fans, it's harder now than it's ever been to win a national title. It's much harder today than it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago to win a national championship. And it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder for people to go back to back to win multiple. I mean, Georgia hasn't won. Have they not won a playoff game since the 20
years?
20, yeah. And I mean, they're recruiting at just as high a level as Alabama is. So,
well, our unhinged fan base needs to understand that. Like Marty Smith, the great Marty Smith, please come on our show, Marty Smith. Check your DMs on Instagram. Said this the other day on the roundtable. Yes, Marty Smith, check your DMs from me. I'm begging you to come on our show for months. You won't ever read them. He was on the round table recently, and he said the college football that Kalen DeBoer is coaching is not the college football that Nick Saban coached.
Absolutely.
So the problem with our fan base is we keep wanting him. We keep comparing him, and we can't get the Saban era door closed. So it's like, Nick Saban never would have done this. Nick Saban never would have gotten blown out like that. Nick Saban never had a team quit. And granted, we quit against Indiana. That was obvious. But we're never going to see that again. We're never going to. I'm not saying we should accept a team quitting. I'm saying we're never going to see a dynasty again. We're never going to see somebody play for 9 championships in 17 years. That's long gone.
To follow that up, so basically, if you swap their eras, Saban's in today's NIL portal world and DeBoer in 2007, who builds the more dominant Alabama, and what would that prove about the dynasty?
You don't know, because neither have done
impossible.
it. Either
it's
area.
Really impossible to answer that question. The easy answer is to say that it would still be Nick Saban, but I think since NIL became a thing, we saw a steady decline in Saban teams. Somebody said it a minute ago. Bryce Young kept fans from talking about Nick Saban losing his fastball, and I do think there's some credibility to that statement. So I
can't argue. I mean, it's
tough. And then 2007, DeBoer's in a completely different time in his coaching career. Football was even different. Was a lot different that long ago. I don't think Kalen DeBoer would have had a lot of success in 2007 with the offense he tries to run now. Alabama went with that 2-back power system. They were bullying folks. The offense that Alabama runs right now is good for modern college football. I don't know that it would have worked.
Yeah, I remember that 2015 team. Henry was getting 40, 50 carries a game. We were lining up under center, fullback, 2 tight ends. Remember Highway 46, baby? Like you would fall down if you saw a fullback in this offense. You'd pass out.
Absolutely.
Nobody is though. I mean, Kirby's the closest thing, and he hadn't won a playoff game in 3 years. I mean, it's a different time. It's a different college football than what it was. And so it's not fair to try to hold him to the Nick Saban standard. I mean, it's like the blowouts can't continue, though. I'm totally agree. We can't if we go 10-2 and lose 2 games by 40 points, no bueno. Jeff, that's what dreams are made of. That's what dreams are made of. Little explorers, anyone?
That's a great point. The most sought after on the hot seat coach in college football.
That's a fantastic point. He needs to get a T-shirt and just wear that around. Because every job opening, DeBoer is the number 1 guy, and you listen to Finn Bam and Trent Klatt or Joel Klatt, whatever his name is, and they're like, sell, stock low. Bama lost Wilkin Formby, sell. What? What? He listed Wilkin Formby and Quay Russaw as the 2 reasons that we should sell Bama stock. And Smitty's right. The first name off everybody's tongue is going to be Dan Lanning, who gave up 80-plus points to Indiana in 2 games last year. Gave up 50-something in the playoff game. But Kalen DeBoer is the embarrassment.
Agreed. All right.
Dan Lanning cannonballing in the swimming pool, losing by 40 in a playoff game. He lost by 30 as well.
Let's see. If Nick Saban proved Alabama could be unbeatable and DeBoer proves Alabama is human again, which version is actually more honest about what college football really is? I don't think Nick Saban ever proved that Alabama was unbeatable. I mean, how many times
only went undefeated twice in 17 years?
Yeah. Which version is Alabama more honest about college football really is? I guess I'm not really understanding the question.
Which version is actually more honest about what college football?
I might just be stupid, Alex. Do you get what he's asking you?
Well, it's different. It's different eras. It's different times. It's like Marty said, it's not coaching the same college football.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that. Hard to answer that. Dadgum spoke too soon. Poor agent, man. He's fighting it.
He's over there fighting that keyboard, dude. That's okay.
Bless your heart. You're like cotton with the StreamYard stuff for the last month. I mean, just
don't even get
just
me
beating him down. And then the YouTube killing all our stuff for about 2 weeks, just killing everybody's stuff.
Yeah,
like killing everybody's stuff.
Yeah, guys. That's why like content creators are like, hey, please leave a comment. Please do this because YouTube is kind of smoking.
They're like, please click like in the first 30 minutes of the video posted live, or they'll bury it. It's like,
it's bonkers, man. It's absolutely bonkers.
Which sucks because a lot of people, this is how they make their living. Is their content on YouTube, and if they don't hit something and it gets buried, it affects their means.
Absolutely. So Jeff, do you think that the offensive line issues are fixed, or do you think that there's a chance they are fixed?
There's a good chance that they're. I can't say fixed because we just don't.
Be better.
We just don't know. They can't get much worse. Knock on wood.
Okay.
I mean, the bar was set pretty low last year, and so what we can say is that DeBoer recognized it, and he did what he should have done, which was replace the lineman, replace the coach, replace some of the receivers, replace the receivers coach, replace it. I mean, he did the only thing he could do. Now the players got to do what they got to do. There's not much else DeBoer can do other than bring in new players, new coaches. And
I agree,
hopefully a new commitment to running the football.
Absolutely.
So, he went out and got an NFL guy, a guy that had success coaching a high-powered offense in Oregon where they ran the ball pretty well. I mean, he knew what he was looking for and made the change. I mean, we can't say he's not making moves. And the fact we haven't seen a lot of DeBoer this offseason, I think is a good thing. I'm hoping that's like he's grinding. I mean, he's working. He's not got time to seeing him all these golf tournaments and all these whatevers and all these random interviews and whatnot. He was interviewed at the Senior Bowl, and that's the only time you've seen him since that Rose Bowl debacle. So hopefully he's keeping his head down, he's grinding away, and he's like, I'm about to shut a lot of people up.
Absolutely.
I hope.
All right, let's shift gears here. Hey, if you're new here, do us a favor. Go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We'd love for you to join the Waaaay Offsides family. We do everything everybody else does. Just try to put a cherry on top. We work with a lot of people, but I guess we're not working with Clint anymore. Lance said he was taking shots at us. I don't know if Lance is just fooling around. I don't know. Did you piss Clint off, Jeff?
What?
Did you piss off Clint? I don't know.
He says Clint just went live. Where did he say he's taking shots at us?
I said it up there. I think he's just BS. It's Lance.
I must have missed something.
But yeah, Clint is live right now. So you guys, as soon as you're done here, when we finish up, you guys jump over there with Clint. So that's a great question. Is Ryan Grubb going to get out of Clem's way? I can tell you this, and I've listened to several other guys kind of say the same thing, and I agree with them, is Clem is not going to have any problem going toe-to-toe with Ryan Grubb and on what he thinks is right and what he thinks needs to happen. Like I said, I think given Clem's history, his background, if he has a starting offensive line, that's who it's going to be, without a doubt, man. Like, that's who's going to be the guy.
Well, and let's hope that DeBoer said, look, here's the deal. This guy's coaching offensive line. He's going to put the best guys out there. I brought him in here because he's on board with what we're doing. You go up there, call the plays. You come down here, you stay down here and, work the linemen. Like, I hope that line is clearly drawn.
Sure. I agree with you. All right. We're going to shift some gears here. We got to talk a little recruiting. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but we're going to talk a little bit because I got to get out of here in just a minute. So I'm going to bring up a graphic really quick. I know you guys love recruiting. Alabama is right in the midst of setting up official visits. Now, this isn't cumulative, and I updated it a few days ago, so there may be some changes here. But right now, here are a ton of folks that Alabama is interested in. They've offered, or guys that are potentially going to take official visits over the next few months. They're locking in a ton of these things. Big shout out to guys like Andrew Bone, Gret Greenberg, Justin Smith, doing spectacular work. Couple of big names here that I think you guys need to keep track of.
What's the Reds?
Do what?
Are the Reds already verbals?
Those are guys who have official visits scheduled. Like I said, I haven't updated it in a few days, so it may not be 1,000% correct, but is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. All right.
That's
a couple names that I want you guys to pay attention to. Obviously Xavier Sab, not Sad. Is that Sab? I can't.
No, that's Bees. That's Sab. You got that one right.
And no, it's not because I'm hype. KJ Green, 4-star edge. Alabama's in the mix there. He's got a ton of official visits coming up. Bama is in a pretty good position there. I think Avery and Paulie, who was supposed to be with us last week, but he stood us up because Avery's got more important things to do, and I understand.
Boo, Avery. Come on, man.
Yeah, hurt my heart. Caden Moss, but a new name that I want you guys to kind of just track along with. Keep in mind, all of this stuff is fluid. Things are going to change. A couple of newer names we haven't talked about much. Hayden Stepp, 5-star cornerback, and Ismail Kamara, 5-star interior offensive lineman. Both of those guys have visits coming up to Alabama. A lot of guys who are already verbally committed right now will be returning in the next couple of weeks, or I should say months. Jabarius Garor, who we sat down and did an interview with, it's on the channel. You can watch it. It's pretty cool young guy. His nickname is Chicken. Be sure you check him out. Colt Lumpers, big tight end, 6'6". Florida is pushing for him really, really hard right now. Florida was the school to beat until they fired Napier. Florida's kind of come back into it, and they're making another push for him. Maxwell Hiller is a guy. He's not committed right now, but he's a guy Alabama's pressing very, very, very hard. But Trent Seaborn, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have you guys been following all this stuff about Trent Seaborn, Jeff?
Yeah.
He might be challenging Mark Ingram's role as like head gump, man.
Trying to get my camera to focus. There we go.
Lance is tripping me out, man.
Yeah, don't give Gelato an award.
Traitor. That's so funny, dude. Oh, that's good stuff. Lance, you make my day better, dude. Hilarious. But yeah, Trent Seaborn, man, we did an interview with him a little while ago.
Solid kid.
2 weeks ago.
He did not stand us up.
He didn't. He actually showed up. Had a really cool jacket on. Trent's phenomenal guy. You guys all know. Everybody's familiar with the legend of Trent Seaborn at this point, but he is recruiting his absolute tail off for Alabama right now. And he's basically said, I'm not taking any OVs anywhere. I got to quit reading the chat. Gelato hit the portal. That's
good. He's like the kid that got offered right in the middle of class. Gelato got offered right in the middle of our show, and
yeah,
he picked up his book bag and left his book and walked out.
As soon as we get done, I'm heading over to Clint's chat, and I'm gonna be like, "Stop, man! Stop poaching our
See what you're doing, Gelato.
Stop poaching our folks."
Yeah, I'm agree, Smitty. Seaborn is a gump.
Yeah, dude, he's Bama through and through. He's recruiting hard. He shut down all of his visits. He basically said his time is going to be spent recruiting other people to Alabama.
Stop calling.
And I believe him. Absolutely believe him. I think he's going to do a fantastic job at that as well. So we are working on recruiting interviews. We're working on a new Whoop board for 2026.
We ain't forgot about the Whoop board.
Yeah, the Waaaay Offsides
about the Whoop
board. Those are fun.
The Whoop board's
got a lot going. Miami's pushing for him, and so is Oregon, Kim. But I think he's pretty much locked in, dude. A couple of names, obviously, we've talked about for a while that you can keep an eye on: Monshun Sales, Elijah Haven. Those two guys are currently predicted to Alabama. I'm coming to clip all these Clint comments and send them to him.
Yeah, you need to.
I'm gonna text him. Oh, dude, that's so funny. Oh man, I'm gonna text him. He'll find that funny. But anyway, yeah. So not a ton of recruiting updates. We're gonna start back the recruiting roundup weekly videos starting on Tuesday this week. So make sure you're locked into the channel. And I'll get a full comprehensive list for you soon. Just been traveling a lot lately. It's been a little hard to keep track of everything, but we're getting back up, baby. We up in here. We up.
Yeah, it's an off season for us too, but we're still trying to work it.
365, unless
365
Cotton's in Key West.
Yeah, for real, agent. Keep that show let us be a lead in for you, or you can be let us piggyback off you. One of the two.
It's the trifecta, baby.
There you go. Then Clint's show, and then this show. Bingo! That's a sweet way to run the afternoon.
Yeah, I'll get with Christian and Clint and see if we can't
we'll
take care of that for you.
I mean, it's like drafting at Talladega, man. We need to get nose to tail. Shout out Tyler Reddick for Daytona 500 win.
Yeah. Which, by the way, guys, if y'all aren't watching Clint over at Cover Crimson or Christian Miller at Miller's Edge, make sure you go subscribe to those dudes. They're friends of the channel. Really good folks, obviously.
Good
Clint,
J-Bait calling him out.
July.
Somebody he heard. Dude,
that's so good. Oh man, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. How many games must Caleb win to keep people off his back?
Shout out Stringer Bell.
He needs to make the playoff. That's basically it. So to win 10 games and he'll be fine.
Dude, just don't get blown out.
Gelato, that was amazing timing, dude. I know you're bouncing between our chat or our show and Clint's, which is fine. But
that was too funny. That was too funny.
Man. Yeah, I love you guys so much, dude.
I don't think anything. Honest to God, don't think anything Kalen can do is going to be good enough for half our unhinged fan base.
No.
I mean, he's got to win every game by 30 points, or it's never going to be good enough.
Yeah, I will say
it's annoying.
No matter what happens, he can't let what happened in the Rose Bowl happen again in 2026.
Agreed.
He can't get beat like that and have his team quit.
Absolutely.
The majority of
again, I can't be on board if that happens.
Yeah, the majority of Alabama fans that are kind of hanging on with him, that would probably be enough to break their backs, I think.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
So
I do too. So yes, we cannot have any more like that. That was gutless.
All right, Jeff, I know you don't have any hot takes prepared, so you need to get. You need
one that's not really hot.
It's all right. Maybe we'll do it anyway.
Maybe
because it is time for.
Here it comes.
That's such a good intro. Such a good segment intro.
Yeah, we got something coming for y'all too. We got a surprise coming for y'all too. Pretty soon.
Hot. Is it today, Jeffrey?
No.
Can I tell them, or do we need to wait?
No, don't tell them. Just tell them we got something cool coming.
We do have something cool coming up for you guys. Probably next week.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So be there. 8 p.m. Thursday Central Time. Hot takes, man. I got a hot take for you.
Spit it.
Texas loses 3 games in 2026, potentially 4, misses the playoff. Steve Sarkisian bounces and heads to the NFL so he doesn't get fired. What? Tobias. Yeah. What? Right here, buddy. Right here. Yeah, I made that hot take last year, if you remember, before the season started, about Texas missing the playoff, and it turns out your boy knows football. So just saying, certified ball knower. Somebody get me a certificate.
For real?
Yeah, I have the Canva password, so I can probably just.
Holy cow, Alex drunk. Alex just hammered drunk.
Whoa!
But I love you, dude.
I'm bringing it up, Alex.
Yeah,
I'm bringing it up. His hot take is Hill goes for 1,000 yards rushing. If somebody's going to do it, I don't think it's going to be Daniel Hill.
What is 1K rushing yards? I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, it's been
forgot what that was like.
4 years
since 1,000-yard rusher was around here.
Yeah, I don't know the last time we had one, man.
It was B-Rob.
Was it B-Rob?
That was the last 1K rusher we had. Was B-Rob.
I was watching some highlights of him today, bulldozing people over. I think, he's got to. J-Bay, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to.
So,
Alex, if somebody does it, I don't think it's going to be Daniel Hill, man. I think it would likely be AK Deer.
He's not explosive enough.
I don't think it's a bad hot take. I just think you got the wrong guy.
No, it's a hot take.
It's hot.
That's smoking hot take. He doesn't have the explosiveness, in my opinion, to hit, because you have to rip off some runs to clip 1,000K or clip 1K yards. You got to rip off some long runs here and there, because they're not going to run the ball. He's not going to get 28, 30 carries a game, with 4 or 5 yard runs over the course of the whole season. You have to rip off some long runs, and I don't think he's going to have that explosiveness in his game.
Change the direction. He does need to drop some weight.
I don't think that's going to be feasible with him. I hope I'm wrong.
I don't think he's that kind of back. I think he's going to be that situational guy, short distance guy. He'll be the kind of guy that they can lean on late in a football game and try
the goal line guy.
Goal line guy,
short yardage guy that can plow ahead. Hopefully he'll get, he'll go with that.
So, what about you, Jeff? I know you got something.
Well, I got to, like you said last year about Texas, I was dead right about South Carolina, that they were going to lose minimum 5 games, and they tanked big time, and Norris stunk, and I was 2 for 2. Poor Chris was riding that South Carolina train like a sea biscuit, and he whiffed big time on all the South Carolina predictions. Said that we'd lose to him twice and that Sales would win the Heisman, and he was 0 for 3. So shout out to my boy Chris for making me right last year. But I think this year South Carolina is going to be LSU. But like I said, I don't think that's a major hot take, because first-year coach, they have a tough schedule. But they sunk a shack ton of money into this season in the portal and in the buyout, and then hiring Lane. So they're going for it. Maybe for this year, Sam Levitt, they're going for it, but I think that their schedule's too tough, and I think they're going to miss the playoffs too. I think they're going to lose between 3 and 5 games. I think LSU is going to lose. But like I said, I don't know if that's majorly hot take, because their schedule's tough and it's first year everything.
Fair enough. All right. Ken, the Bama fan, says he thinks Cedarian Morgan will take the 3rd wide receiving position. I can see that.
It's possible.
I can absolutely see that one happening. There's going to be a lot of competition for that spot. Now, here's a question. Does that mean – so I'm assuming you're saying it would be Ryan Williams, Latsier Brooks, and Cedarian Morgan. Jeff, is that what you would think?
That sounds about right.
I feel like Alabama would want to put one more big guy out there. And so that would mean Ryan Williams loses out to Lottie Brooks, which I don't think is going to happen. But Lottie did take his job for a little while last season.
Yeah, Lottie was our best receiver late in the season. Thank you, Smitty.
Bring it up.
Thank you for the super chat, brother.
Tobias says, have recruits told y'all they like the fact Alabama prioritizes high school recruiting and not portaling over them? I was right about Clemson and Penn State. You were. No, we don't really. So when we do recruiting interviews or talk to recruits, we try to be professional, surprisingly, and we try to be very, very careful what we ask them. We don't want them to feel like there's any kind of pressure to talk up Alabama. I did one with Nick Abrams last year, and he ended up committing to Georgia. But it was a great interview, and a really good young man, well-spoken, discussed his recruitment very, very well and his time visiting Alabama. But I kind of knew it was going to be Georgia for him, but didn't want to pressure him either. But I do know for a fact that there are recruit parents who like the idea that Alabama's prioritizing high school recruiting over portaling, for sure, because it means their kids are going to get an opportunity to develop instead of sitting, or having to hit the portal themselves, because Alabama's just going to go get somebody who's going to take their spot next year out of the portal. So yes and no is the answer.
Yeah, I like that answer.
Hubbard for Heisman. Rammer Jammer's on one tonight. This dude's just dropping
like
nuggets.
I said, he's hammered.
Just dropping nuggets.
He's hammered.
All right, we are at an hour.
I could see Ryan staying all 4 years, honestly. I mean, he's making bag, I mean, I could see him staying all 4 years, honest to God.
Yeah,
that would be.
I agree with this too, Ken, the Bama fan. I think you're right. I think you
Mhm.
are 100% right. They're not going to play him in that slot anymore. So, all right, guys, we're at an hour. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Before you leave, here's what I want you to do. Obviously, I want you to go ahead, like, subscribe, leave comments.
Please.
If you're watching it's not live, do the same thing. But if you're going to go jump over into Cover Crimson's video, his live with Clint, that's fine. But everybody just put hashtag shut up Bill. Don't explain yourself. Just put hashtag shut up Bill over in Clint's chat, and it'll be funny. Okay, just do it for me. Thank you. Clint, if you're watching this, sorry, buddy.
He's not watching it. He's doing his live show right at the same time.
You're still my hero, sir.
We love Clint.
All right, guys. All right. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, a fantastic rest of your week. Subscribe, lock in, a lot of content coming. We'll do recruiting roundup on Tuesday. So make sure you're there with us. Next live will be next Thursday night at 8 p.m. Yeah, man. God bless each and every one of you. We love you. Hope you're staying safe out there. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide, y'all.